Hi and welcome to Lois and Morgana Davidson Art. It's Lois here and it's time for the next in my new series of painting 4 sky practices by dividing my watercolour paper up into 4 with masking tape and then just practicing any old skies, nothing too much in mind, just choosing a few colours and just playing with them on the page and seeing what happens. I'm using Saunders Waterford £90 cold pressed watercolour paper. It's a lightweight paper, it's a lot cheaper but still 100% cotton, so it's really nice to practice with. Because it's a lighter weight, it does buckle a bit more than my usual £140 paper, but it's still great to practice with. It always flattens out as it dries. The colours I've chosen to paint with today are ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, lavender, paynes grey, light red and raw sienna. And I'm just going to play around and I'm going to paint wet paint onto the dry page and just see what happens. I shall be lifting out some of the clouds with crumpled up paper tissue. Other skies I'll just be playing around with paint and wash brushes. I noticed that this lower left sky on the left hand edge was developing a bit of a cauliflower or a bloom, which is where some of the water that had pulled up on the tape got sucked back into the drying wash and created that mark. So I'm going to take that opportunity now to add some trees into this wash to cover those over. And while I'm adding these trees, the rest of the washes will dry, and I'll begin to add various sort of imaginary ideas of landscapes to those washes, just to add some context and to bring them to life. And I hope you can see that even the sort of very simple or even scruffy looking washes can still look really effective as skies once the context of the land is added. And this is what this sort of sky practice is all about. It's getting us used to being able to take opportunities, deal with things that happen and go wrong with the washes in the middle of painting a wet in wet area. It can also help us to get used to the timing of the paper as it dries, the amount of water to use in our brushes, and also mixing the right value and colours or tones of paint. So just a few more touches to put into the landscapes below the skies. And I'm not really bothered about these landscapes too much. They're just another excuse to sort of experiment and with mark making, with value, with colour blending, with all sorts of things like that. Trying out different ideas along with these sky practices. And as I said earlier, it's amazing how quickly just very random washes can actually become skies when just the simplest suggestions of context of land or sea or anything like that is placed below them. But don't get bogged down with this too much. Remember, this is just practice. This is trying to get used to the way the paint behaves, the way the colours blend and mix together. And of course, don't worry about trying to use the same colours as I use. It's important to choose the colours that you like and experiment with them. And to also realise that if things go wrong, that's good, because it helps you to learn what to do and what not to do the next time you practice. And as we learn to paint and as we practice, the mistakes we make are really good things. They are the things that are going to lead to really interesting and unique discoveries. They're going to help us to work out and improve our skill by working out what's gone wrong and sort of moving forward, trying to sort of correct that. So try not to be too precious about your skies when you're painting these practices, even if they look a bit strange by themselves. Once you add in that land for context, it all begins to come together. And of course, the more you practice, the more skillful you become with using your brushes, judging the amount of water to use, the right tonal values, so that when you go into your more planned paintings, then you can take those skills with you and move forward with your painting. Well, I hope you found that interesting and helpful and informative too. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. It's free to do and it really helps us with our reach. And thank you so much to everyone that supports us on Patreon. We really do appreciate you. I'll see you again soon. Take care and happy painting. Bye.